playing mental illness, which is pretty much most of the characters you're going to be playing, is some version of mental illness that they have.
Yeah.
And so people always struggle with that. And I find that the easiest way to deal with this, and I figured this out, my father was a lawyer, but he decided at some point when I was about 13 years old that he wanted to be a psychiatrist. And so he had these books that were case histories of different, like, bipolar, schizophrenia, like all these different, like, case histories of what the symptoms were and what caused them, these kinds of things. And so I thought I was very fascinated by this book. And I every mental illness, I'm going, I have that one. Next one, I have that one too. That one as well. So through the whole book, I determined at 13 years old I was one very screwed up person, okay? Because I had every mental illness known to man, or at least was written in this book, right? It was a textbook. And I realized a couple years later, as I was old enough to understand people a little bit better than a 13-year-old does, that we all have everything inside of us, but in small amounts. But what makes it a disease is because it's large amounts. And so that to me is really interesting. And the idea is that you just have to tackle that little amount that's in all of you, whatever the mental illness is of that particular person. And you create a whole out of the fraction and turn it into a whole. And you will be able to relate to it because the whole concept of mental illness is that you have it in amounts that are untenable to deal with. Because we have all the little amounts. And so I'd like to just say that we have so many people inside of us that needs to be explored.